Okay, for real, this was the first take.
Fucking Ribena in my nose.
We got it first try. What up, gang? We're here. Shift number 5. Yeah, there we go. It's the 3 of us. We're gonna be talking the best and worst red cards. We're doing Digimon
Near
card
and dear to
art.
our hearts.
If you guys like this, then cool. Let us know what color you want us to do next. If I see it, fine. I mean, I say the black video.
We're trying to do them all, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do them all, and the black one's not even out yet. So this one will not be out in the time that allows you to have an impact on it. Let us know what color you want to see last.
That's so sick. What color do you hate the most that isn't black? Because we've already recorded it.
Alright, yeah, so the plan is red. Get rid of all the stamps and the gold parts. We are gonna find some stink.
Oh, the other thing, Tom, we didn't qualify this. We're doing it within the context of our English Western released card pool.
Yes.
Okay, so it's BT50, starts at 17.
That's correct.
You pick English?
No, you can choose the language for cards that are in both up at the top, but
Yeah.
the other thing you could do, I guess, is just untick the sets for everything that, like the drop-down button. Like, we'll just not pick them.
Yeah, that's right. We will just pick them. Alright, I should open up Notepad as well. That's what we did last time, wasn't it?
I'd like to throw an early one in there whilst we're
I love this. He's got a take already.
I think you'll be happy with this one. I think we need to talk about BT13 Gallantmon.
Oh, yeah, baby. So this is the thing. We had this problem when we were getting to the black cards, where there were like cards like Death Xmon were like, well, yeah, it's probably the best black Digimon card ever. And we were like trying to figure out like what constitutes like it. Oh, the other thing was we were sort of trying to do one per archetype. So like in black, like every of the best black cards are Alphamon cards. So, but like in this, I don't think it'll matter as much because red is a bit better Digi. But I fucking love the call out on Secret Gallantmon. He's belligerent. He's broken. He is a brick house. Every time I get asked, Gallantmon is so frustrating. It is my beloved little pet deck. I spend every damn day thinking about it, and it weirdly became a deck where like it's expensive to build it because like I actually think you need like 2 to 3 of one secret rare and low key 2 to 3 of a second secret rare. So, but what a card to pave the price tag for. Gallantmon BT13 is woo. What a guy.
It's single-handedly like redrew.
Yeah.
Like, and this is a card that when I first saw it like revealing BT, I was like, yeah, it's good, but do we really want to be deleting stuff? I mean, I'd rather be doing security checks and like burning security with BT12 Gallantmon. This is like a one of at most. No, this card's sick. This card's absolutely crazy. The fact that it has, the fact that it was like made for Royal Knights essentially, that in itself is crazy. But the fact that it also plays into the mill engine of Gallantmon is crazy. It's got on play, on evolve, on attack, not once per turn, so you can clear board very quickly. And on top of all of that, it has rush. They gave a level 6 rush in a deck that is fragile as hell.
Yeah, this is like this card is a secret rare and it lets you know. It's got like the alternate play cost. It's got the re-out effect that fires basically whenever, anything but on deletion basically. And then it has red. Why not? It's red.
It's also like special in that like it sees play in its archetype and out, like Tom said for Royal Knights, but it's like kind of just a generic control tool half the time too.
Like Jambo.
Yeah, Nume's playing it. Yellow Marcus hybrids are like perhaps the most infamous version of it. Like other than Royal Knights, which has 1 events, that deck plays it and typically will top with it. So, ooh, brother, what a card!
We're starting to see it in 7 Demon Lords as well.
Oh yeah, the Demon Lord stuff coming EX6. Yeah, everything about this card is incredible. It is legitimately so difficult because I think in terms of individual quality, not in terms of individual archetype power, that is the metric we're looking at is the best card. This is the best card in Gallantmon, I think, if you just look at it for what it is. But it is not the most powerful card in Gallantmon. That would probably still be Crimson Mode. But Crimson Mode doesn't do the thing where he goes into other archetypes. He does not like Setcon historically could do it every now and then. But like this guy does it every day. He gets up in the morning and he beats ass. So I gotta give it to you. I don't know. He might end up being number 1 just because I can't resist it.
Yeah, to be fair, I invited 2 Gallantmon players to sound off and go, yes, Gallantmon is the best card
No,
in the game.
It does and the longer you sit in the like Gallantmon is this deck where like I had a line on Wednesday when I was playing a locals where I realized that my lethal was in killing my own stack, and I like swung a level 4 into a KnTElixar intentionally to die, and then produced this for some combos for game. And it's like the fact that it gives you more and more interaction with your deck, and like the lines you get to sort of invest in trying out get more and more complicated and exciting as it goes. Like, it's so weird. There's not a ton of rush in red. It's like very sparingly divvied out, and this archetype gets 2 rush cards that play with each other. So like, you get a lot of cool stuff. This card enables some dope lines. It's an excellent pick.
Also a funny nod towards the new Crimson mode, because the new Crimson mode is for both players trash. So like, I was just watching one of the games where it showed up in Nume. It's like, why are they both counting? Why are they both counting their trashes? And then just Gallantmon came down and cleared bot and went, oh yeah, that is how this card works. And then it's like, oh, we've got so many cards in trash. Okay, I'll play this. Swing over it, see what happens. Yep.
And like Gallantmon becomes a deck in BT17 where you can spend half the game with a level 6 in play. So like, at any moment, it is Gargomon adjacent, where it's like the blast evo can happen when you least expect it. I'm very into it. This could seriously be the best red card ever, just in terms of its individual impact.
The fanboy public will have opened up this video, seen that there's no Marcio to balance out, and have immediately figured out that this bastard was going to be #1.
The thing is,
we should mention BT12 Gallantmon as well.
Yeah, the thing is, the Gallantmons have never been. This is so funny, right? There's like, people love to tell you that the deck is mid, and I'm not going to spend the whole red picking cards video arguing with or without it. But Gallantmon is not the reason the deck is not converting. It is the format in which it exists and the axis it plays under. And as an option in a deck building puzzle, BT13 Gallantmon is like, I love him, I roast him. It is sometimes the new Death X-Mon. Sometimes. There are scenarios in which it can do things that Death X wishes it could do. So
I gotta have a word with Jamie later.
It makes me laugh every day. I love that so much.
That in a month, unless he becomes a champion, and then he can be mad about it in like 2 weeks.
But yeah, man, Gallantmon BT13 was a guy. We could argue the logistics of which card. I think we're still gonna try and stay 1 card per archetype, right?
Yeah,
I think 13.
Yeah. But I think if we picked one guy out of that archetype for one individual card power, like wowee, what a guy.
Yeah, I will say the only thing, like, raid, it's really annoying. But I guess when you're also just blowing up anything that would be bigger than Gallant anyway, then you kind of don't really need the raid.
Yeah, sometimes the raid matters a lot. It is an interesting interaction. But there are many, like Raid Gallantmon is a great Gallantmon. I don't know if he is the raid Digimon I think of when I think of raid. And we can maybe get to some of that as well.
Can I set this to just maybe? Oh, I can. There we go. Goodbye, all the tamers.
Let's see. What else do we got? I love what we did last time was we kind of went a good one and then a bad one, kind of over and over again.
Yes, I have a pick for the worst one.
Go ahead. I'm very excited.
Do you remember when hybrids were first introduced into the game?
Oh, this card is rough. I will give you that. This card is a strict downgrade to basically every other hybrid that's ever been printed.
A Goonie that can't slide Evo.
Yeah, this card is not ideal.
Let's do KDP though.
True. It mattered a lot, but before that, Tamers had inherits, and any of that helped. Yeah. God, it's so rough.
We try not to always just go old card bad, but this
Red especially had this period of time where it had just no identity left. It was just the deck that hit you. When they gave it raid, they did this real big refresh of the color and like gave it something to do. But unless you were like one of Bandai's chosen, where you had like enough DP and piercing or enough DP and a way to ignore redirection, like Red's OTK and like board control was kind of garbage. So this card suffers from that too, where it's like, yeah, I'm huge for 1 check off a hybrid resource or tamer resource I lost. Like, it's just not a...
Yeah, it's 3 cost Evo, and 3 cost Evo level 3 can't go over a 4. So there is no I'm building a stack. This is your BT4 Flamon is going to turn into this 3, and it'll push out a raising next turn.
Yep, it's garbage.
Yeah, this is bad. Don't know how bad, But for now, it can be number 1 until we find another one.
Yeah, I can think of a couple other clunkers. This is one I had looked at when we originally discussed doing all the colors. But I'll save some of the other shitters in a second if we're all in agreement on that one.
Yeah.
If we're not going back to good cards, the thing is, we also kind of wanted to not just pick all the cards on the ban list, because once again, Greymon X Antibody, Greymon, like some of these got like, some of these cards are broken and gone forever for a reason.
Can we mention Metal Grey X BT8s?
We have not mentioned Metal Greymon X. That card, or wait, Metal Greymon X or Metal Greymon the level 5?
No, the X Antibody one.
Oh,
yeah,
from
so BT9.
Yeah, BT9. Yeah. Oh, brother, what a card! But this is the thing: is like when we get to the now that we're in the Greymon axis, like, is this the most influential Greymon card ever? I think it.
So my argument here is it's not just good in Greymon; it's great in Blue Flare.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah, great point. Great point. You know what? I was gonna say, is it better than the level 4? But purely off that, yeah, that is an excellent pick.
Like, I was thinking, like, the newer one that's obviously in Black or Grey has obviously had some insane highs. I, as an Armour player, despise BT8 Metal Greymon. Like, when you said it, I was like,
Digivolve your guy, pop the armor.
I hate the thing. But yeah, the X Antibody really does say the game ends 1 turn quicker than it should have done.
Yeah, this card is bananas. Like you said, Blue Flare, absolutely great pick. This is a core component of any War Greymon OTK deck. It is kind of the benchmark for level 5s in that archetype. Like, this is how good it has to be to not be called Metal Greymon and evolve for nothing, basically. And
evolves for 0 natively as well. No proto form needed.
It's so good. So good, actually. Yeah, good lord. Yeah, this is an excellent pick. Blue Flare. I don't know if it's... Well, we'll come on the order in a minute. But this is a great choice.
This is on there. We'll slap it in at 3 and we'll move it where it needs to be.
Yeah. And we're just shortlist at the moment.
So I have another pick for some clunkers. If I would like to bring you guys to the attention of ST7, my starter deck that got me to fall in love with Digimon. And I would like you to look at ST7 RiseGreymon, please.
Starter deck near the bottom or the top?
Yeah, they are at the very bottom. It's like one of the last cards you'll see. You'll have to scroll back some Japanese only cards, but...
Does it do anything?
Yeah, it has an on play.
Wait, so
that's...
Did you say
an on play?
RiseGreymon ST7 has an on play.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I have.
Oh my...
Wait, do I have one of these? Me?
This card does omega nothing. This card didn't even work functionally very well in its own, like, constructed deck format. What it was supposed to do... Yeah, what it was supposed to do was, if you played this against the All-Force starter deck and they had Chaosdramon Blue pop out of security, you could go, and slam this and pop Chaosdramon Blue. But it is, by such an enormous margin, the worst Rise, the worst level 5 in this, like, starter pile. This card is unsalvageable. I would love to see somebody make it work, but, like, there's not even a ton of on-play synergy red decks. Like, it's just terrible.
If we ever get something that allows you to give Fortitude, or like, no, not even Fortitude. What if we had, wait, what's Partition? Maybe level 6.
Partition for a 5? Yeah, sure. That'd be neat.
If you're building RiseGreymon as your Valkyremon ace Partition.
Good God.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah, like, that's the other thing, is, like, this card doesn't even really get better with aces, because, like, I'll just, like, playing against a no protection red pile is, like, okay, must pop 5 to beat the ace card. Like, this card offers you nothing. It is a contender for me. It could actually be worse than Burning Greymon, in my opinion. I don't believe it's ever had any viable successes.
At least Burning Grey had something, right? It was,
a hybrid card was something.
Digimon was young.
This is just...
Yeah. That's...
Yeah. It's, like, there are, like, very nearly vanilla cards that are bad, but then, like, this guy is, like... It's not that it's not just underpowered and weak, it's that it's like, a bad tool to teach somebody how to play Digimon as well. Like, the time... Like, ST7 and ST8 were the first time we got number blocks, right? So this was the start of Block 1. So, like, these cards are not late enough into Digimon where we are supposed to be letting people slam 5s.
Was this the deck that this was in Gallantmon, right? So that means
this is the alternate line in the Gallantmon.
This card came free with your memory boosts.
Yeah, or your Warp Gilmons.
It came free with my memory boosts.
That's correct. Yeah, good God, this card sucks. It is a contender for my real bottom tier junker.
So we have a really interesting thing, especially if we're trying to avoid double tapping lines. Like,
yeah, red is so many of the same archetypes.
I'd be
of
willing
protests.
to maybe flex on like if there's some good / bad like Skull Greymons, because he's like kind of different. But I was also just looking at like, I mean, Growlmon, like this card's great, but it sure as hell is not making the list because Gallantmon's on it.
Yeah, and Dorbic might borrow it, but it's still Gallantmon first, I would say.
Should we just put Dorbic? Like,
okay, cool. Glad you said it. He's on my short list.
Yeah,
this is probably one of the best red level. Yeah, I think EX3 Dorbic, EX3 cards or EX set cards will be on the bottom or towards the bottom, Andrew.
Really?
Because BT sets, EX sets, starter decks.
I mean, I mentioned it by name. I don't know. Yep, there we go. Doricmon. Is this the errated one?
Yeah, they usually show the errata. If you scroll down in that little window, it'll show you.
Like, Derek by himself has proven time and time and again how messed up this card is, right?
Yeah. It's one of those like MachineDramon-esque ones where it changes the way you look at Digimon releases, where you go, oh, dinosaur tag.
There are so many cards with dragon in their tag. There's Evil Dragon, Light Dragon, Ancient Dragon, Rock Dragon, Dragonkin, Dragon Warrior. It's just, there's so, like, we said live on the podcast that we just finished recording, it's like every now and then these like beloved like Tamers archetypes, like, you know, like we talk about Shine and how they have a security Geo Gray. Like Dorbic is the next level of that, where it's like, oh dude, like I found this in my bulk and it randomly solves my matchup. That's so funny. It's a dinosaur. Yeah, it's also like kind of an evergreen card. Like it exists basically on a metric of like how good are floodgates to prevent cheap on plays. But like you can't beat red 5 checks, no options with a delicate plan. Like there are just some things that are so your color identity, and this is as close to red good stuff as I think a lot of decks have ever gotten.
What's crazy as well is it just facilitates any color. Like I wouldn't be surprised if we eventually see people taking into a different draw engine, because like
like, god, yeah,
people are on Air of Dragons, Pyrosphere, or like X7's fucking theme just to draw cards. But like,
yeah,
what if another
purple base is not that far out? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like it could happen.
Like start teching in random ass Evil Dragons. All you need is enough Sec +1 inherit and an unsuspend. The rest of the cards are just there to get you closer to it.
I saw a post that made me laugh. Every now and then I check in on Dorbic because it's like tangentially related to the dinosaur stuff I find really fascinating. And I think it's so wild. One of the lists I saw float around in the middle of BT16 was that conceptually you could make a Dorbic faster than a Magnamon can make the wall. And they were playing like a blue base with Veemon stuff to just like start hitting dudes, because it didn't matter if you did 5 checks. A couple checks was enough. So they were like substituting Digicross pieces with Hammer Sparks. It's so wild.
Stupid, man.
Because Dorbic will do that. So he is that guy.
Could you imagine if like big Death Stars presumably is like the Digicross team?
Yeah,
that he was
the cross
part of?
team. Yeah.
Imagine we actually see real support for that instead of being, hey, what if your dragon just shot everything?
Well, yeah, that'd be funny.
So there's room for even weirder support for this card. Because right now he's basically not searchable off of anything that is training boost.
Yeah.
I think there are
so.
some
He's a what type is he? Is he a Dragonkin?
He's a Dragonkin.
Yeah. Nah, man, BT8 Agumon, the like mono black one that evolves on red, can find Dragonkin Digimon, but that's it.
But I mean, realistically, you're running Digimon promo Guilmon to draw 2, right?
Yeah, and now Ukomon, and like you just do that over and over
I
and
didn't
over
even
again.
think about. Wait,
Yeah,
you could even be on promo Ukomon as well.
Very good.
Wait, not
very
promo,
silly.
BT16 go soon as well. Like, such
can't
probably
understand.
add any random.
Yeah, it's stupid. I'm a big fan. Doricmon is a great pick. I think he's potentially, I don't think he's the number 1 ever, but he's a hell of a card.
He's easy 5.
He's just so red. This is such a red ass Digimon. He just does the thing I think is tight.
So I want to put him at number 2, And then I want to take the number 5 spot because Dorvic also crucially breaks every black-red deck in the game.
Yep. I know who you want to put in.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
there are so many good cards to play with. This is the challenge of doing these videos, is that like I know we're gonna talk about RagnaLord in a minute, but
I really wanted to like there's like, okay, you guys get Gallantmon, I want to kill you on RagnaLord. And I remembered that this motherfucker is in the game. This card came free with your Davis Motomiya alt art.
Yeah.
This is a I win the game now card if I've ever seen.
Yeah. This is a play it first or second bud type beat, and it's made so much worse by Doricmon. Every black-red deck, every black or grey path, you just go, what if 7 of my cards were also Doricmon? The game is over.
This card lives in my nightmares because it was one of my 2 losses at my most recent Ulti Cup where I built up 33rd again. And it was the like every color Greymon pile Kineko special thing. And then they ended on like just slam the Dorvic instead of swinging Black or Greymon a million times. Yeah. And turns out that is a bulletproof way to beat a Gallantmon. So good times.
Yeah, this card's...
Yeah, we didn't even have EX4 back then, so I just kind of got owned. Good times.
Wait,
great card.
The Flamedramon was EX3, right? That was virus.
Yeah, that's when they started doing the DNA shenanigans.
Yeah, this card being red makes it eligible for the list. We didn't talk about it at all in black. Didn't even come up.
It's because it's stupid, because there are no black decks that cared about this until like DNA Shoutmon.
And like Machine has done it before. There's a lot of Machine players now that just build Chaosdramon and then slam the other one and then make a 20 fucking source RagnaLord and go, the game is over.
Oh brother, you're telling me. Hey, speaking of Chaosdramon, I would like to nominate a Chaosdramon for one of the worst red Digimon cards.
Oh, I know which one this is.
I think about this card weekly. He is pack filler garbage.
Promo packs, yeah.
No, he's even older, dude. This card is BT7. This was like the first follow-up wave to EX1 Machine.
Wait, but did this not? I feel like we got it out of a local. Was it an errata pack or was it like a...
It might be an errata pack.
I remember opening one and then looking at Faye and it's going, I've got a Chaosdramon. She goes, ooh, I hand it to her, and then she hands it back within seconds.
No, apparently there are no erratas of this. It's winner next adventure pre-release, winner pack from across time as a full art.
Why did I...
And BT7 itself.
Did we get it? I have no idea why.
Yeah, there is a full art of this card that you would have gotten from BT12.
There it is.
Which does look cool, but like, man, card boo bad. So, essentially, it just isn't a thing Machinedramon ever wanted, and is unusable everywhere else. So, it's the closest. We're also going to be able to bag and tagging Machine in this tier list because this is like the last time Machine was red first, I think. Like the last time they pretended that diametric like opposition was something they were going to explore. It is sort of conceptually still one of those cards that could see use every now and then. Because it's like, it's it's so stupid. This is like one of the few ways to accelerate them out of the hand that isn't EX1 Machine. So you get to like really kind of belligerently pull the pieces forward, but it didn't do it on play. So it was precedented around like having Machine and then doing it again on the following action, which was just not ever worth it. So very funny. It was also not searchable by the now extremely hot commodity memory boosts, because this was before the 2-color. Literally one set before it could be a 2-color card. Might have changed the whole shebang.
Untrainingable 4-cost Evo as well.
Yeah. Card is not good.
That is not good.
It was so not good, they tried again and made the best Machinedramon card ever printed, so... I don't know. This is a toughie, though. He's bad, but he's not, like...
He's not egregious. He's just really disappointing.
There is another... Or go ahead.
And then, yeah, we can come back to him.
To controversially do 2 bad ones in a row, my actual pick for... RiseGreymon is my vote for the worst one ever because I truly don't think it can ever be used in anything. But my second, like the one when we were like, oh, Tom's coming, we can do the red video, is Shoutmon Cross 2.
Oh, yeah.
It's not good in anything.
I don't even have a card, man. I feel Harry's pain. when he saw that, because I was the exact same, like, oh my god, Cross 2, more Shoutmon support. That is not Cross art.
It doesn't even, like, it's not even support for the old Blitz Shoutmon stuff. Like, they could have committed to that. It does negative anything. It's wild. I guess because it counts as Ballistamon, it's conceptually better there, and you could play a Zenjiro pile, but
Yeah,
like, don't.
You can get rid of your Ballistamon in your stack to now have a Shoutmon that has no inherit.
Yeah, it's just awful. There's no upside to it. I don't even think it. Yeah,
it had to be tagged for it to work, and they
this was...
for once they stuck to law reasons, and the wrong time to do it.
I feel the pain of playing a Digicross deck where a would-be staple is just not tagged for
Haha, Soundbirdmon.
Soundbirdmon is a fan Digimon that happens to be only used in the Bagger Army. But the Digimon's inception was as a fan-made Digimon for Crossball. Damn you cereal blocks. This one, the stinker.
Cross 2 might be worse than Burning Greymon, because at least Burning Greymon is a hybrid.
Again, yeah. It's a shame you can't training, but it's good that you can't train hybrids. I want to be perfectly clear.
Can you scramble? No, you can't scramble. It has to be a Digimon. Whew, I just had a nightmare.
Hey, at least you could
oh Jesus, that was a scary moment.
I've got one more for the best red cards.
Get in there.
It's gotta be Jesmon GX.
I knew you were gonna say it. I'm so excited.
Surely.
Yeah, he is fantastic.
Yeah,
We had Gallantmon X in the black cards. So.
I was genuinely wondering whether it would be a Jesmon or whether it was going to be a Savior.
I think
the previous one of. Ooh.
The previous one. So the previous one of.
He only sees playing Jesmon.
like I feel like you use it anyway because the card is just good. But I feel like we're in a point where it's not egregiously good. It will sack you sometimes, but I think in general you want to see the BT13 one. Jesmon GX is not just good in Jesmon. This is kind of like my argument for the other red cards I've mentioned. It's not just good in Jesmon, it's good in any Royal Knights deck. Magnamon specifically.
Yeah, Magnamon in VT16. Oh god.
Oh, it's so crazy.
The first time I saw that there.
The fact it can use Magnamon. The card itself, I think, has polarized Royal Knight in general. Because now Bandai has to go, well, yeah, we can make this Royal Knight, but can Jesmon abuse it? Because if we give it a when Digivolving effect, that's ridiculous. Magnamon X antibody BT16. Then we need to, like, not do that again. And then the Omnimon is a 7 cost, but the Omnivolves just delete a guy.
Yep. I did think about that the other day. It's like every Ace Royal Knight they'll ever make is Jesmon GX toolbox support.
Yeah, so I was looking at GX, I was like, because like I'm transparently for Armour, I'm just on Blitz Omni because I don't want an extra, like the problem I have with it in Armour is it's a two card Blitz Omni, whereas Blitz Omni is a 1 card Blitz Omni. Yeah, but definitely. I mean, yeah, I guess if your intent is to make unaffected Wanker, you don't have to use Ganku GX who made the blacklist.
Good card.
I mean, the card is ridiculous.
Yeah. Now the question is, where on the best 5 does he go? Because this card does a lot.
It's so tough too, because he's Secret War Greymon before Secret War Greymon, where he just had every good thing Red could do. Except this one had blocker. What the hell?
Blitz piercing blocker usually had reboot sec +1.
Yeah. So
decoy
funny, man.
Measure 3 layers of protection, because why not?
Yeah.
And
a bunch of immunities. Yeah. I think he's also, like, for what he represents being Royal Knights support, I think he probably goes pretty high. I think he might be better than Metal Greymon X BT9.
Yeah.
Metal Greymon X is a great blue flare card too, which really does cement it on the deck, but like god damn. They're gonna make a Gallantmon ace one day. They're gonna make a Jesmon ace one day. And he's like, yummy, yummy.
That is the thing as well. Like, Gallantmon is obviously pretty xenophobic generally as a deck. It's like, yeah, no, I want to play these, but like if they ever just make another generic, like the secret rare, just another generic Royal Knight, or just go generic Royal Knight beatdown, you know, maybe Craniamon gets a deck that isn't make blocker, sit there, do nothing.
Okay, yeah. when pigs fly, dude.
Full force that isn't just an instant OTK deck. If there's like any mid-range Royal Knight deck that gets support, yeah, it's just there.
That is such an interesting, because it's like Magnamon X was made well after this card had been out. Like, play cost 13 is a great balancing lever for this, and they were just like, Magnamon X and him can hang. It's cool that they work together. I don't know. This is also, maybe they just didn't think Magnamon was going to be as good.
I think they just, it's to stop you specifically from loading GX under itself, right?
That is pretty much it. So you can't just go GX.
OmniX,
like 10 Royal Knights.
OmniX is still a Royal Knight.
Yeah, but is OmniX 13?
Yeah.
Oh,
you're still tagged on red only.
Still tagged.
Actually, I think a lot of the Omnimons are.
Okay, 15 and 16. So you can't load OmniX, but besides him, I think that means you can basically load every Royal Knight's X antibody. For the ones that have
yeah, that's the idea.
Anything that's not level 7 is a valid target.
Oh yeah.
Oh, like Examon can't play.
Oh no.
Yeah, what a shame.
Huh.
I mean, yeah, you know my thoughts about Craniamon and Jesmon.
God, it's so tough. Is this the best 5 ever? Maybe I was.
I think this is a good shortlist.
Yeah, this is a good. It's a good shortlist of 5. The thing is, I'm so close to this problem that I'm like there are cards on here that I wanted to like. BT7 Aldemon was on my like idea list. Card that is singularly kept red hybrid meta relevant. Probably will get banned one day or restricted one day. There's the where is it? Oh wait, I don't think we ever moved the needle on the best and worst as eggs, but Koromon from BT5 is the original archetypal draw egg. Changed, there's a blueprint for like literally the best effect of the game.
Yeah, we didn't actually mention any, but we haven't really talked any aces today because the Garuda Ace kind of clears.
Yeah, Garuda Ace is pretty sweet.
I mean, it's Garuda Ace or Metal
Greymon. Hey, I've been building Agumon just for fun on my own, and it has started to matter. Not much, but it does.
Is it BT1 Koromon?
BT5.
BT5.
When Digimon got good.
Yeah, fair. All right, so we now.
No, wait, no,
eggs.
that might even be BT6. It might be BT6.
We have eggs for future, but yeah, these cards go dumb. I'm actually almost tempted now that you mentioned Aldemon to move Ragna to the honorable mention because let's be real, this card is not doing anything in its intended deck. It just unfortunately does not have specific enough.
RagnaLord. Yeah,
it's just being abused.
That's true, especially within the context of not being counting EX6. Yeah, I agree with that.
The other problem is, as well, is I feel like it's being abused in black decks more than it's being abused in red decks. It's like black reds that are just going to sit there and be protected and then go, the game is over Dorbic, and then Ragna. It's my complaint about being a 2-card combo. Like, Ragna, its intended use case is not being fulfilled, and its unintended use case requires a lot of cards to suddenly disappear from hand.
Yeah. God, that's tough. The other one, I just like to wrap up my other additional, like there are a few others that I wanted to mention, but Saberdramon promo is a card that I think about.
Good card.
Just kind of like we've mentioned a couple promos in the black video. The thing is, 5 is such a difficult number that like while Saberdramon does see a play in a bunch of other decks, it's kind of more because it's a purple card. So we'll see. Maybe that's a different thing.
I think it's a definite honorable mention because Raid Retaliation is the funniest set of keywords ever printed.
Peak. Such a good card. But I'm not even gonna like. I have both birds decks built, but it's so good in Veemon, man. it is. I feel like despite how great it is in vaccine birds, it's still better in Veemon. It solves the deck's problem for now. Right. Very good card.
We need to find one last stinker of a card.
Starter deck Bowlhookmon?
Yeah, that is a great pick. Wait. That is a great pick. Well, can I throw? Okay, so started by Huckmon.
It's not that one. It's
this guy.
That's one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally all it does
very
is like +1k all turns. If your name is like Huckmon or Royal Knight, right? In a deck that is notoriously gain DP, the +1 is irrelevant. It doesn't do anything else. It's a 5 cost.
Yeah, if it cost 4, maybe it could hang like
Zero.
Growlmon does, but it's just
Yeah.
bad.
It's just outclassed in every way, shape, or form in the but it's in the Jesmon deck, right? So that's like archetypal specific. So like, is there something worse than this?
I have a suggestion. I don't know if it strictly is worse, but I'd like to nominate Promo 88 Seriousmon. I think about this card. It was in the regionals winner pack stuff. This card sucks, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't evolve on Gammamon and text, so it can't go over. It can't go over Regulusmon.
Oh my goodness!
That's,
yeah.
I
mean, not even just Regulus. It now just can't go over any of the BT16 cards that come out.
Yeah, it's just teddy bad. And even then, it isn't like better than like it was basically immediately power crept by the Ace Seriousmon. In terms of like access to like immediately fight for board. This is on attack, delete one guy. If it has 12,000 or more, delete 2. But like Seriousmon Ace just is that effect that you would want, but in a defensive oriented removal
This
style.
The first card that said such. The first card.
No, Wormmon EX3.
Really? What did Wormmon EX3?
Pre-errata, it had to be errated to be less awful and verbose. But if you want to pull up Wormmon EX3, his search term is psychotic. It is. I can read it now. This is the errated one. Dang.
Such untracked one such card among.
Yeah, this card not the original line of text was just so awful. It reads. Let me read it to you. Wait, no, there's an errata button. God bless the Digimon wiki. We should shut the wiki out more.
Oh yeah, I mean, you did show me the funny what I found.
Yeah, anti-fandom.
Right, I'm just gonna type.
Yeah, this is a life hack for you, Tom. If you type anti in front of a fandom wiki, it becomes a good website.
Ben.
So click that, slap, and at the front, bang. Not a
no. You type it in anti-fandom, not at the front of the URL.
Oh, okay, anti-fan. Truly some hater stuff, but look at it, so clean. So we're looking for one.
Yeah. So it's Wormmon EX3, and good lord.
So the before is reveal the top 3 cards, add 1 purple or red card with 3 in its trace, or 1 card with Imperial Dramon in its name among them to your hand, and trash 1 card among them. among them. And then it added the one such as an errata, which made a big deal because it meant that Wormmon before was implying that you could trash whatever the heck you want, but you have to trash one such of the pool, which is technically more specific. So yes, okay, fair enough.
It makes a no-full Wormmon the rarest one as well, which makes my Virus Imperial deck look really sad.
But yeah, that Sirius is
he's terrible, right? It's such a shame.
Is he worse than Chaosdramon?
Yeah, I think so. At least Chaosdramon conceptually could still see play with Chaos X. There is no scenario anyone plays the Seriousmon from now until the rest of time, I think. Card is just too much of a handicap. That's my take anyway.
Yeah, no, I dig that.
God, there are so many good red cards. I love my color. It's so pushed.
The blue is gonna be hard, bro.
The thing with red too is because it's like guys people like from the show. Even the old stuff gets to come back and be cool. Like I want to make a shout out to the starter deck and BT1 Birds cards. We've been like coping over like BT1 Birdramon for a little while because it like became good in red birds. Because it's like on play, give a security attack, and this was terrible previously, and now now it's bananas. So, God, yeah, I don't know. Red players have it good for a lot of stuff. Sometimes our decks are too binary or too one note, because that's the power balance to killing people. But yeah, dude, this is tough though. I think we've gotten. I don't think there's anything much worse than the bottom 5. The like only other thing I made a note of this is the original line of Digiburst support from BT3, or sorry, BT4 even.
Digiburst?
Yeah, every color had Digiburst initially, buddy, and it was a red shine line.
I see.
So the Geo Gray Digibursts to pop a 4K, And then the very good part of that archetype is RiseGreymon VT4 that Digibursts 2 for Tamer cards.
I remember you saying when we spoke about this just like offline that this card you wanted to put it on the list because it's what, negative synergy with the deck.
Everything the deck wanted to do, it was bad. Yeah. There is no, like, the Agumon that is intended to go with it has the effect where it adds itself back to hand when you Digiburst. Which is just, yeah. But the RiseGreymon's, this card, some people will tell you this was the best War Growlmon for a little while. I kind of agree.
I think there's a reason I recognize it, because like this card also being treated as yellow, I guess. Relevant.
Oh yeah, the card's bananas. It's a brick house. It doesn't, especially for the period it came out in. This is a BT4 card. It is so future-proofed, it's kind of unreal.
What's crazy as well is when attacking is strictly a yellow error.
Yeah, but on a red card.
If you have a Tamer in play, opponent's Digimon gets -2k. That is a yellow card.
Yeah. When ST7 came out, there was a very specific, EX2 came out, there's a very specific interaction where this guy with EX2 Gallantmon underneath meant you were popping 5Ks, and that was before we had really regular access to DP threshold boosts. The only one in the game was War Growlmon. So, in the sense of upping your threshold for deletion, this card strictly was better than the EX1 War Growlmon, except for searchability. So it was just like Lamau. What a trade-off.
All right. I mean, yeah, Geogray is a definitely honorable mention. Dishonorable mention.
Dishonorable discharge. There are some bad ones though. Like again, this is the, Snakes and Valleys. There's like bad Biomons. There's bad Greymon. But there's like so many of both of these Digimon that like of course one of them sucks.
Yeah.
Like there's only one Pipismon, so Pipismon ain't got a hill and a valley to live and die on.
I'm pretty happy with this list. Like everything's basically anti-synergy. You could really argue that this Greymon got lucky that it was like at the end of the video. This guy's awful.
I did very little coping either here too. I didn't get to talk about Chaos Gallantmon or Medieval Gallantmon. As of the time of recording, they announced Vortex recently, and Vortex is the kind of keyword that breaks a card like Medieval Gallantmon. So I'm very excited. And to be do some stupid stuff. Oh yeah, because it's you can get around summoning sickness with the Vortex attack.
You're right.
So this thing can go on play, drop something and suspend it, Vortex attack, suspend it, or like pop, pop, pop. It's so stupid.
Medieval Gallantmon finally meta.
The haters will tell you this. But not here. Here, I take enough copium every morning.
Alright.
I have it on prescription.
This little boko for people that have enjoyed it and for the public in like a month and a half at the time of recording. Cheers.
Yeah, BT17 will have been legal for play for a while, so this might age like milk, and there will be like Gallantmon BT13 might be on the ban list.
Yeah, that would actually be such a crazy.
Crimson mode is as good as I've been telling everybody. No, I don't think so. But it is this will be funny and later on because this will be out before 17 ever gets to us. I'm a top a regional with that deck. I swear to God, there's no way those cards are bad.
I believe. But yeah, thanks Tom for joining us. If we want to do the Taskmaster one, then maybe you get 2 sets of bonus content out of this. Otherwise, this is this week's bonus content. See you next week or last week, whenever this comes out.
Thanks for being a member.
Yeah, always appreciate it. Unless you're not a member, in which case, thanks for at least being subscribed. Become a member.
Or subscribe.